Welcome back to WGLNA Season 2. We just saw match number 1 go to Cunningham's over Game Over. And now we have 2 more teams that are currently undefeated. They just had a couple matches so far. Well, actually 1 match each so far. And that's SIMP. They defeated Simple Tankers in a shootout, which means they only took 1 match point victory. And Cazadores defeated Simplistic 3-0. So I think a couple people will be putting some bets down for Cazadores in this match.
You think so?
I think so.
Second place of WGLNA Season 2. Or Season 1. Why do I keep doing that? That's a tall order, and I know Wreak Havoc took out Fulcrum Gaming, but a lot of people would say, you know, Fulcrum Gaming didn't look on top of their game that series. But still, Simp Main, they've been pretty consistent throughout the beginning of time.
Throughout the beginning of time? That is true. They have been consistent second placers.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, but that's what
Shots
the stats
fired.
say. Yeah.
Clutch.
They've been so focused on Fulcrum Gaming trying to defeat Fulcrum that other teams can slip through the cracks. And the type of playstyle that Cazadores has brought to the table has been very unique.
I don't know. Mac Attack, it's over 9,000. Power level is too great.
As long as Kufo keeps Mac alive,
We'll see.
they'll be fine. Let's jump into the face-off between these 2 teams. We have Mac G on standby here for Simp and Cazadores.
Hey, you
Kufo,
guys.
how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Mac G, we'll start with you. You took out Simple Tankers in a shootout, which means you had a 1-point victory instead of 3. Are you salty about that?
No, we got the win. It's not what we wanted. You know, we left. We had a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, you know, Simple Tankers made a lot of mistakes too. So it could have really gone either way. Simple Tankers played amazing, and we're just happy we came away with the win.
All right, I'm sure you are. And when it comes to Cazadores, as we talk a lot here at the studio, this is a team that's unconventional with their play, and they look even stronger this season. Have you gone back and studied them at all, or are you going to stick to the guns that make Simp one of the best teams in North America, and you're going to prove that again tonight?
I mean, I don't know how much of Cazadores you can really study. They really stepped up their game since last season. I mean, I don't know what happened last season, but this season they're just wrecking it. They're just playing, you know, out of their mind this season. And I'm expecting an extremely tough fight today.
Yeah. All right, Kufo, hola.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Have some respect. ¿Cómo está? Come on.
Muy bien, Víctor.
All right, Agritor, go ahead and ask me the questions in English, and I'll translate into Spanish for
¿Qué
Kufo.
pasó, güey? I don't know.
Don't say that. It's
No.
actually kind of bad Spanish.
What? No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Third word's a bad word.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's like man.
No, it's not.
It's like slang for man. Yeah, in
Argentina, maybe.
in Mexico.
No, it's not. Anyways,
It most certainly is.
what questions do we have for Kufo?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, Kufo, obviously Simp is, you know, the second place WGLNA finalists. This is going to be a tough road for you. You're the underdogs. I mean, what have you done? How do you feel going into this match?
Cazadores en Season 1, ustedes tuvieron un juegos difícil, y ahora, ¿cómo se sienten a entrar otra vez en esta season? ¿Cómo se sienten a tu equipo?
Nos sentimos muy bien. Tenemos mucha confianza en lo que podemos hacer. Y en el fondo nos planteamos básicamente jugar creativamente y agresivamente. Es lo que queremos hacer, y si podemos mostrarlo al público, mejor.
All right. Bueno. They're very excited to be here, and they're going to show through their games that they're going to play creatively. They're going to play well as a team.
Okay, so then how easy is Simp going to be?
Simp, qué fácil este equipo es ganar en este juego.
SIMP es un equipo muy difícil.
Demasiado fácil.
No, es difícil, pero creo que vamos a hacer lo posible para que sea una pelea muy entretenida.
All right, they're going to have to play very well because Simp's going to be a very difficult team to build, to beat.
Well, I'll ask Mac G. I mean, I know they they've been very, very different this season, especially as opposed to last season. But this is kind of the Cazadores that we were expecting last season at the same time. Are you worried at all? I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Titans fall. Of course, even last time you played against Double Tankers, it was so close. Fulcrum Gaming went down. Wreak Havoc just lost a game over. Everything's up in the air this season. Is this the rest of the league catching up to you and Fulcrum Gaming, or is this maybe just a fluke that happened in this first week?
I hope it's everyone, catching up in quotation marks. I think, the objective is for everyone to get better, because if everyone gets better, then the people at the top get better too. If we the better everyone is, the better our league is, the more likely we are to beat the Russian teams. And at the end of the day, that's our goal. I hope that's everyone's goal here in the league.
Yeah, I'd love for that to happen. Do you have any words for Kufo, MacG?
Not much. Good luck. Been playing tournaments against Kufo for years now, so they're always fun. I'm excited to get, this next match going on.
Okay, let me try to
Sure, go for
translate that. Nada mucho. Todos los juegos estaban muy divertido y buena suerte. Is that right?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Kufo tiene palabras para SIMP y MacG.
Muy buena suerte, good luck, y van a ser batallas entretenidas. Very fun battle.
All right, let's have some fun battles. Good luck. Gentlemen, thank you so much. SIMP, you have
Thank you.
the higher seed. Heads or tails?
Bye bye.
I'll go tails.
Tails. Okay. Tails wins, so map or defer?
We'll defer.
Defer. Kufo, que mapa?
Himmeldorf.
Himmelsdorf will be the map choice. And what is your spawn position, SIMP?
We'll take the south.
South side for SIMP on Himmelsdorf. Cazadores north side. Buena suerte. Best of luck, gentlemen. Have fun.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay. See the Kufo tiene hambre. He was hungry there, eating
I know.
something.
I don't know what it was. I was trying to look
Maybe
because
cereal.
I'm hungry right now. I'm hungry for some more action in World of Tanks.
That's right.
Oh, see what I did there?
I did see what you did there. In the bottom, we have the red team. That is going to be SIMP, and to the north side in the blue, as we see on the screen, that is the Cazadores.
Yes, sir, and look at that. Big center push. Endo and Singh moving on in with their 5100s. The lineups real quick are 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s for both sides. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, this is what we were talking about, and this is perfect because Rootkill actually put this on the telestrator perfectly.
Almost.
Almost.
This is a flip of what I was talking about.
More of the endo push right now.
Yeah, it's instead of 4 tanks going out into the field, it's actually 1 tank, and 4 tanks are going to stay behind to cover him instead of 1 tank staying behind to cover. Not far off, but it's very similar to that big football, line of scrimmage, except we got one guy going deep.
Yeah, he's very deep, and everybody's going to try to get shots on Endo. But the thing is, SIMP should know, or excuse me, not SIMP, Kufo. Cazadores should know that as soon as they try to get into positions to shoot against Endo, the other tanks are probably going to try.
Oh, this is brilliant. We got a delayed
How did
push
this-
right
what?
up the middle.
Yeah,
This is Singing and
Oh,
Droxus
Logos!
around the corner against Logos. Get
Where's
one take.
CES?
One
Where's his
shot
battle
misses
buddy?
though from Singh. He's
Oh.
able to get some hits in here. And the ammo rack!
That's the power
Wow.
of shooting behind the turret on that IS-3. They're able to double shot the same area and force the ammo rack. Beautifully done. That is not luck right there. That is placing your shots and making them count.
And Endo around the corner. The AMX 5100 is taking no damage himself. He's able to land another hit against CES-28. Arabin around the corner himself in the 5100. Will try to lock down that IS-3, but he's getting completely surrounded. One of the remaining IS-3s is going to get the destruction here. Heavy 20 is going to get the kill, and Kufo and his 5100 is going to be on the run. He takes a big blow to the side, and they have 4 of those tier 8s on the road to destruction against Kufo. Kufo, the one left alive that can do any damage to these tanks. His 2 T1s are going to be, one of them is going to try to commit to the flank push here, but it's going to be too little, too late. And now it's just a matter of time before the SIMP main team is able to get their first battle victory here against Kufo. Kufo, 54 HP, and the last shot from Heavy 20 in his IS-3 gets the kill. And now Adroxus and Sing will hunt down these T1s. Sing, the closest one to Juna 2, as Juna 2 is on the run from that 5100. But as Sing will turn the corner here and trying to line up his cannon into the side of that T1, he will get the kill. Oh, he misses. So no, he's able to track him. Gets the track. T1 fires back, but Sing gets the final shot there, and the battle goes to SIMP. This location, they did try to peek up over the railroad tracks. They either said we haven't scouted or this is not the right approach, and now they're going to back away. Unfortunate, because the time window is closing tick by tick with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the battle. Closer and closer to a draw, but Arabin takes a hit in his T-69 as he was scouted for a bit, and Kufo is seen for a couple more seconds. Now he has disappeared as SIMP is going to move to the center of the village. They had the window and they lost it.
45 seconds left in this battle, and there's only one outcome that can come out of this. That is a draw. I mean, even if there is an engagement, it's going to be for naught because, well, you can't kill every single tank here. You
Look
can't
at this, Heavy
right
20 taking hits and actually ammo racking Logos, damaging his ammo rack, and he's going to have to repair that. It's not going to matter. 25 seconds left, but why didn't we see that earlier in this match? We could have seen that out of Heavy 20. We just saw him got away with that, and there's Crimson Corsair, the light director, gets shut down.
Well, now SIMP's going to have to fully push in. Yeah,
It's over.
They had the window that was open for them to pull the trigger to get the victory on the flag cap. And from the north, Heavy 20 could have swept in and got from behind. That's not the case. It's going to be a draw. SIMP did not pull the trigger to the south. Yes, we have more information than they do, but if they would have done that, it could have made Cazadores in the open field of Prohorovka push down. If not, they would have took a longer time in the opposite side of the road to get there, and Heavy 20 could have pushed across the field then to scout from behind, and his 1390 unloaded as Endo and his 5100 hid behind one of the other tanks and unloaded on his shots.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that if it's going to draw out like that, you just shove a T1 in the corner and you just go for the cap fast. You try to cap as best as possible while still maintaining a little bit, maybe a tier 8 defending your own cap to reset, to defend against that type of stuff. But you might as well go for it because you don't have to worry about dying. Losing every single one of your tanks within a minute, it's really hard to do that, especially with 1390s, especially with T69s. You can, for the most part, not have enough burst damage to kill every single tank in one round.
Not having the 8-point rule, maybe a little bit new to some of these teams' players, but it's there for a reason. They need to understand it allows that type of scenarios to happen to get that swifter win. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. Battle number 3. We're still going to have a victory here tonight, folks. Best of 5. SIMP is up 1-0 over Cazadores. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
To kill all hit points, but their opponents do.
I don't think they care.
Well, I mean, this is a guaranteed 0% chance that you will ever win a game.
I don't know. IS-3s have that weak ammo rack.
So you're relying on a weak ammo rack to win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're going to get much better
absurd.
equity on capping rather than doing this attack.
You have a fair point. I was just, I wasn't really that serious about it.
Okay.
It's a silly little push. Cazadores want to at least find out what their opponents are doing and get a feel for their kind of position because SIMP is just, they put up tents and they're not going anywhere.
Well, they're spotted. Kufo takes 2 hits for Blue Boy's captain, and he's getting lit up by Helio X. Kufo at 104 at 1100, and Helio X gets the kill. Now here's Sing and Endo and their 5100s going to try to get this around, but Cess 28 along with Pollins and their T69s will meet them head on. And Sing taking a lot of damage, 219 at a 1400, and he goes down quickly from Pollins. 31 seconds left on the clock as the rest of Kufo's team, Arabin T69 closing across the way. Kufo and his 1390 gets destroyed by Endo. Endo at 224, one more shot, he will go down. A well-placed shot from that T69, and he's surrounded by the Cazadores. Not going to be a victory here, though, because you're going to have to chase the rest of the red team as they swoop around for a flank. Pollins gets a kill against Endo. 5 seconds left on the clock. There is no tier 8-point rule in place, which means that this will be a draw between the two different teams. The windows of opportunity for both these teams, they are not taking. And I don't know if it's because SIMP is underestimating or overestimating Cazadores, or if the Cazadores are playing to what Rocky did in I forget which Rocky, but he was fighting Mr. T, and he had to tire out Mr. T before he won the match. He had to keep tiring him out, so you had to keep kind of like rope-a-dope a lot with him, and then he was able to do it. So maybe Cazadores is trying to bring that approach here and to get Abby out of the way.
Maybe. I feel like Abby is one of their best maps, too. Like, this is where they normally go to. Season 1, we saw them go there all the time. The qualifiers, we saw them go to Abby all the time. I feel like they have studied this map so much. And SIMP just took the approach of, hey, they study this map so much. Let's just bring a very heavy lineup and force them, if they ever want to engage, to be on the losing side.
Yeah. Well, that's why they wanted to get it out of the way, because they felt that SIMP was going to be very prepared for them on that map. Let's take a quick break. We'll get Randall's thoughts after that about the series so far. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WGLNA Season 2. Stay tuned.
You know how we've always said the information you don't have is information? There's no T-69s with proxy range, but little does Adroxus know, these T-69s are just barely out of proxy range. You actually see Cess right now is maybe an extra 50 meters away from Adroxus, but Pollens is less than 100 meters right now, but it's only a few more meters before they will proxy each other. I don't know if SIMP will take that assumption, as there are no T-69s here.
Heavy 20 takes a hit. Helio X is still alive and kicking. 375 at 1100. Heavy 20, 142. Shot rings out, but misses against Heavy 20. And Outer Beam is around the corner. Another shot against Heavy 20, and it's a miss.
Cess could get this finishing
Helio
kill.
X.
And
Helio
Endo
X.
spotted.
Helio X got a big shot off on him by Heavy 20, and that's a big problem. Cess now taking a little bit of damage. Over on the other side, the Pershing is finally spotted out here. Finally proxy spotted.
Endo wastes a shot. Arbin's moving up.
He is moving up on the beach side here. Adroxus is having his turret pointed towards Pollen. Shot fire. That one did not penetrate. Adroxus has taken some damage. 28 seconds left on the clock.
Arbin might finish Heavy 20, and he does.
Doesn't matter, though. 24 seconds left, and there's no way to burst down all these tanks. They're too far away from each other. Adroxus is still pretty healthy here. Now going up against Pollens. Pollens puts out another shot on him, but still not going to be enough because you still have Endo over here. Adroxus is just going to push in, isolating Cess from doing any more damage. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going into battle number 5.
Indeed. Battle number 5. All SIMP has to do is play defensive, and they're going to win. There's no reason for them to be aggressive or to push out. And this is in Kufo's court. This is in the Cazadores' court. I could see the approach they're trying to take on the island side and get the initial kill, which they did. And the WZ-132 was able to get a couple more shots. But shots are missing on both sides, especially Heavy 20. In his position, he missed a couple shots against Kufo.
How many did he miss?
Let's go ahead and find out. Heavy 20 on the scoreboard here. He was 5 for 10. 5 for 10 in the 1390. Taking a look at the rest of them. 5 for 8 for Endo. Adroxus was 10 for 12. Not bad in the Pershing. Mac G, hey, he was 19 for 33. Not bad in the T1 Cunningham.
Great job, Mac G.
Yeah. Anyway, so this was a smart play by SIMP. You know, they didn't have to be too aggressive. I would have liked to have seen Mac G maybe go for the flag cap to put some spice into it, really, for the map, but it would have left him exposed. Adroxus maybe could have taken the hill if one of those T-69s went to chase him. It's a lot of what ifs, so.
Variety is the spice of life.
It is.
And this dish right now needs a little bit of salt. It's
Or
unfortunate.
some general seasoning. That's right. Let's go ahead and take a break. We come back. We'll get Rukil's thoughts on some of the mines position and see if anything could have gone differently for Cazadores. We come back. Battle number 5. SIMP versus Cazadores. We're going to have a winner no matter what. Stay tuned. Welcome back to WGLNA Season 2. You're sticking with us here as we find a winner between SIMP and Cazadores. Let's throw it on over to Rukil to get his thoughts maybe on how to pick apart a camp.
It's going to be pretty difficult, guys, because on mines, this is the hardest shell to break, the Tortuga strat. And it is very hard to break. This little group right here, guys, this shell is so hard to break out of the out of SIMP. Now, I'm going to go over how to deconstruct this positioning. All right, guys, so follow me along here. Cazadores, here's their open and move. They've got 2 T-69s to the hill and a bunch of tanks down. Now, originally, they had those T-69s at the lighthouse, and they pulled them out. So this is skipping that whole step. Early on, you need to recognize that your enemy is in this position. This is not an uncommon position, and you get T-69s to first take out the T-69 in J4. Following that, if you haven't already destroyed any tanks on the island, those are your next tanks. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Those are the tanks you go for. Following that, it's either or out of these. But generally, I would go for the southern bush tank, and then you've got a medium tank that's Pershing back at base. He is your 5th and final tank to kill as far as tier 8s. That is where you go for deconstruction. It's a lot of crossfires, and it's very difficult to do.
All right, thank you very much, Rootkill. Let's go ahead and jump into the final battle. Battle number 5, Simp versus Cazadores. You just saw a beautiful intro of the previous map we have, but this map is going to be Himmelsdorf, and we are going to see
Aggression.
Tank Alley.
Thank you. Thank you. CES moving in front. MacG going to say bye-bye. No, just kidding.
Says 28 going to miss a shot.
He decides it's not worth it. Don't activate the mech attack. Let him live a little longer.
And Mac can escape.
Not
Although
quite.
Kufo gonna come around here.
Although
and
Tufo
That's
doesn't
not
want to
what you
waste
wanna do,
that.
5100.
Yes, you are spot on, Clutch. Now Kufo is down 1 shot. He doesn't have 6 shots in that clip. If he can get a reload in here, it will be much better
now,
for the Cazadores.
Here's the thing, Crimson Corsair shot out at Kufo. I think that's a big mistake. Keep your anonymity, because now Sapo Pepe and Heliox are going to go and try to 2v1 that T1. That's a pretty easy fight for them.
And it looks like they've actually already got some good hits on him, as Crimson Corsair is down to 28.
Oh, wow.
Taking some serious damage. They can run into him or maybe look at him the wrong way and he's going to explode. Just around the corner will be Sapo Pepe. I love his name, T1.
And I love this.
You follow that, but in the main part of the fight, we're actually going to see an engagement. Arabine hitting Endo. Kufo going on to Endo. Endo is getting focused down so hard right now.
The Blue Boys captain and Singh are spotted out here, moving around the A line right now. And the IS-3s are going to push up in front, trying to do damage against Heavy 20. Heavy 20 will go down.
And more shots are being fired here into the sides in front of Simp, but they're going to try to go for a reverse counter as they get behind. Singh and Blue Boys captain is trying to clean this up. Adroxus is in a beautiful place in his IS-3 to get behind the 3 remaining heavy tanks. One more shot against 5100. He lines it up beautifully and gets it. The IS-3 is the only one left alive to turn the corner. Adroxus has taken no damage himself. Singh and Blue Boys captain are going to clean this up along with Adroxus if they're able to land their shots well against the IS-3s. They're going to focus on Blue Boys captain, the 5100. Singh and his 5100 is going to be on the run here for the reload, but he's going to have to stay close because there's 2 of those light tanks on the flag cap. Simp's base is under attack, and they have 34 seconds to clean it up. Well, now 42.
Oh, gosh. CES missing his shot onto Adroxus, and that's going to clean him up as he's down to 151 health.
There he goes. But now Jonah 2 is in full health against Adroxus. Jonah 2 misses his shot. It looks like it was a bounce against Adroxus. He does ram him for 7 damage, though, and this is going to be a brawl mode of 2 IS-3s. Helio X and his T1 is going to be on the run from Singh. Singh smartly avoids the T1. The T1 can get some shots into the back of the 5100, but he's going to focus on that remaining IS-3. Simp is going to be able to win this game if they destroy 1 remaining tank. His name is Helio X. He is on the run, but the 5100 and the IS-3 will be chasing him down. Either way, even if this is a draw, if miraculously the T1's able to get away, Simp will take this home as a match victory.
Yes, it will. And kind of, you know, almost forcing the Cazadores to go into a
It was
bad
almost
position.
a parking lot strat.
No, well, it was.
And Simp takes it 2-0 with 3 draws. Cazadores made them work for it. But Simp is able to take their first full match play victory, 3 points, and now 4 points in league play. aggression happened, but it fell
shut
apart. It
Got
fell
shut down.
apart.
I felt like the biggest problem were the 5100s trying to engage. There's no reason to engage at that point. Just drop back and keep screening that cap. Anticipate the other 5100s to wrap around and get a good flank. Your T1s aren't in place yet, so there's no reason to try to start the engagement right there. Just allow your tanks to get into the right position, then start the engagement, because you always want your opponents aggressing up on you, but they put it into a situation where they had the jump in position, they just didn't utilize it.
They had it in position, but also they continued to follow a singular path in that jump, and that was how SIMP was able to get around that path with that one IS-3 and hit him from behind.
I really feel like if they just waited a little bit, allowed their 5100s to just stay back, waited for tanks to just go across the IS-3's crossfire, they would have been able to get their 2 T1s, killing the other T1, going to cap, and then forcing them 2 shots from those 5100s to go on the T1s. From there, you have an extra 2 bullets or 2 shells on your opponents. You have pretty equal tanks. I do believe, I actually don't remember the tanks. Yeah, 3 5100s, 2 IS-3s. You can utilize that advantage right there.
That's right. Randall, your thoughts on the series itself and also that last battle?
On the series itself, I felt like it was so passive, but onto Himmelsdorf, I felt like the engagement out of those 5100s was a little bit costly, and we saw a contra flank out of 5100s, able to clean up for free 3 5100s very easily. These the big problem I felt like with that push was that we saw IS-3s get to the fight late, and they were there at least 10 seconds too late.
No,
Yes.
I don't think that's the problem. The 5100s trading against those IS-3s is the big problem. They should not be doing it, because what you do is you influence your 5100s to make tougher shots. You're not going to penetrate the majority of them, and you need to save every shot. You've already wasted one on a T1.
You're right about that, but what I'm saying is you have to have that that overmatch. It was going to be a 3v5 for at least a few seconds, and that's what needed to happen. The IS-3s, if they'd been there at the exact moment that the 5100s came around,
you're right. If they're going to commit
good.
to the engagement,
exactly.
Yeah.
If you're
I guess I'm going a little bit farther back, but even the how they executed that attack wasn't optimal. They could have really improved with their
At the same time, SIMP played so passively, and that position is so difficult to aggress. I've been up against that before, and when I was going up against this kind of Himmelsdorf camp, when I was playing 742 regularly, the way we didn't have 8-point rule, and we had an infinite number of battles until we had a winner. So we would sit there up against some teams, and we'd see them just camp in the back spot there over and over again, and we'd feel them out slowly the whole match time. And you'd sit there and you'd be like, how are we going to beat this? We have to deconstruct this. And you get multiple chances because it was over and over on Himmelsdorf. When you run up against that, it's difficult to break. It's a hard turtle to break. And if you can break it, it requires enormous amounts of coordination, perfect timing, and on top of that, you need that T1 advantage to cap the base out and put that pressure on your opponents to make a mistake. It's just a monumental number of problems and answers to just come to in a very short amount of time. They only have 10 minutes to do that. SIMP could have very easily drawn out that match.
Was it pretty? It was not.
No.
But a win is a win, and they move on in the league with an extra 3 points. They're still undefeated.
Yep, they're still undefeated, and it looks like Cazadores needed to find a shredder to their turtle, but they weren't able to do it. Let's go ahead and take a break. We come back. The next battle, Nerve versus Simplistic, will be gracing us with their presence. Stay tuned, everybody. You're watching WGLNA.